Alright, welcome back everyone. Scarland here, bringing you a new Neverwinter video. And today is January 1st, 2020. Yes, today's New Year's Day, so Happy New Year's everyone to all my followers and all my friends. Hopefully you guys had an outstanding day. This video probably won't get released until later tonight, so you might see it in the future, or if you are watching it already in the future and it's, a couple days down the line. But yes, here we are, a fresh new year. 2020. That's just awkward to me because I'm old and I was born, a long time ago. So, yeah. So, Happy New Year's, guys. Today, it's going to be a longer video, maybe. It's going to get a little rambly. I'm probably going to ramble on for a little bit, so bear with me. I don't have any script written. This is all freehand today. But I want to have a serious discussion about the recent events that have been happening around Neverwinter. You guys know that I've built my entire YouTube and my entire Twitch channel revolving around one single game. And when that game struggles, me, myself, other content creators, we also struggle if that game fails. Now, that is an opinion, of course, right? For me to say that Neverwinter is failing right now is a opinion. I have no factual information. Cryptic Studios doesn't provide us with any factual numbers or statistics or anything of how the company is actually progressing and doing as far as healthy, a healthy game should be. But here we are. We're wrapping up the Winter Festival right now. I think there's a couple days left of the Winter Festival. But the main discussion that I want to talk about today is Cryptic Studios and how is the company doing as a company, because I've been in the marketing business for a very long time. I've been around video games for 30 years. I've seen companies, be created from the ground up. I've seen companies fall. They fall to the ground and they, either sell the company or, they just go under, man. They're done for. And Cryptic Studios is a very old company. I don't have the exact number in front of me now, but I'm pretty sure they're coming up on almost like 20 years. Like, Cryptic Studios is an old company. Of course, none of the founding fathers are currently involved with Cryptic, and Cryptic has progressed throughout the years with different leadership and different management. It is what it is. That's how a company will progress and survive for 2 decades almost. The studio is a very small studio. They probably have, I don't know, a couple hundred employees, most likely, probably 200 employees, maybe 300 employees. I don't know. We don't have any factual information about anything involving Cryptic Studios as far as that goes. But we can always look in and spectate and, kind of think about what's actually going on. And I really want to talk about, like, the past 2 months in particularly. And not even 2 months. I'm referring to the end of November, Black Friday, and then this holiday season for the month of December, Christmas, and coming now into New Year's. So, a lot of things have been happening that a lot of us veteran players have noticed, and we can kind of generate a opinion and form a picture on what's actually happened here in Cryptic Studios as far as the company goes. And most of us are under the impression that they're obviously struggling. They're obviously struggling, possibly financially, maybe with just Neverwinter, but maybe with all their titles. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know anything about Star Trek, to be honest. I have no idea what the revenue stream or how well Star Trek is performing. We all know Champions Online has been in maintenance mode for quite some time now. I don't imagine that Champions is bringing hardly any revenue, if anything. So I'm not sure. As far as Cryptic goes itself, financially, we can see the struggle. And, I mean, they have no one else to blame except themselves. The path that they've chosen for Neverwinter has been pretty rocky, per se. There's a lot of, design... There's a lot of designs that have been placed into the game that most players don't particularly agree with. I'm obviously talking about all of Mod 16, all of the Mod 16 changes that Mr. Thomas Faust introduced into the game. They wanted to change the entire game, scale the game back. And I mean, I guess they thought it was going to be okay. They lost a lot of player base. Now, of course, as a free-to-play title, they're bringing new players in every day. But what is the longevity of those, free players, right? Are they going to spend $20 here? Are they going to spend $20 a month? Or, any kind of revenue whatsoever is a win for Cryptic. Any revenue. If they bring in 100 new players into their game and only 5 of those players spend, let's just say, $10 each, right? Well, that's $50. So if they made $50 off 100 players, that's a win. That's a win for them. That's still revenue. Now, of course, we would be talking about higher numbers here. So let's say on an average they bring in 200 to 300 to 400 people every month, a new fresh month. Let's say January. Today's January 1st. Let's say they bring in 400 new players, and 50 of those players end up spending money in the Zen shop or buying Zen. That's a win, right? They don't really care about veteran players. It's no big surprise here. They never have. They never will. All of the money mostly comes from fresh blood, and that's how most free-to-play titles operate. So when we look at the events that have happened just this past couple months here, so we're talking about Black Friday in particular. Let's start with that. This year, Black Friday, it was 30%. 30%. I remember days, in the early games where on Black Friday, we would get 50%. It would be half off everything in the Zen market. 50%. That lasted maybe 2 or 3 years. Before we knew it, they had dropped it down to 40%. So now the company's taken an extra 10%. And now here we are this year, or this past Black Friday, and they dropped it down to 30%. So now the company is, sticking their hand in the cookie jar a little more, because they need the revenue. It's abundantly clear that they need the revenue. Again, this is all opinionated. There's no factual information. For all I know, they could be making still, millions of dollars for all I know. But that's unfortunately highly unlikely. I don't see that happening. The overall player base is very dwindled, especially veteran player base. Everyone has moved on already. Most PC veteran players are playing ESO or whatever, other games that they're into. Even me, myself, as a veteran player, I've never even done Tower of the Mad Mage yet. Never even done it yet. Never completed it. And Tower of the Mad Mage has been out now for how long? So, and the main reason that I haven't done it is I have no friends. All my friends left. They're gone, man. I had to leave the Legendary Outlaws, I was, an officer in Legendary Outlaws for over 5 years. And TLO pretty much, I don't want to say disbanded, it still exists, but I mean, there's hardly anyone there. So I had to move my main character into Jesus Had Soulforged. That happened like 6 months ago, and Jesus Had Soulforged was the first Xbox guild to complete Tower of the Mad Mage. I unfortunately wasn't included in that because they, had people in front of me, right? Like, there's people already that have been grinding in Jesus Had Soulforged, and I completely understand that. Just because of who I am doesn't give me the right to jump into a new guild and say, hey, sensei, I deserve a spot, Like, I completely understand, And I, myself, have not completed Tower of the Mad Mage yet. I mean, I will eventually, I guess. Maybe I'll never do it. I don't know. I'm not sure. To be completely honest with you guys, I mean, I don't want to just come out and say it, but my Neverwinter days are coming to a close here. We're going to see how Mod 18 goes. We're going to see how Mod 19 goes. And if the game survives all the way to Mod 20, I plan on playing at least until Mod 20. Not playing hardcore as I normally would, but I'm going to try to stick it out and see. Mod 18 doesn't look horrible. It's on preview currently. I still have to get those videos out there for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen all the new items and everything from other content creators, but I got to put my videos out there as well. So we're going to see how Mod 18 goes. But I'm only expecting, and why I say Mod 20 is that I'm only expecting 3 mod releases this coming year. 2020, we're going to see Mod 18, we're going to see Mod 19, and we're going to see Mod 20. I think we're only going to have 3 total releases in the year 2020. And I think that Magic Legends, it has a title now. It has a, I haven't put a video out on that yet, but the new Magic MMO is coming. It's in beta. I mean, you can sign up for the beta. I don't think they've let anyone in yet. You can sign up for the beta, but I guarantee that they're going to start rolling out that beta sometime this year in 2020. And my estimation and my guess is that the new Magic MMO is going to be coming out at the end of the year. So the end of 2020, either November, December. And that's right when the new consoles are being released. The new Xbox is coming out and PlayStation 5 will be coming out at the Christmas season of 2020. As a marketing aspect, and as being a marketer, that would be the opportune time for a game such as that, a big MMO, a big name, right? The Magic community is huge. Everyone's looking forward to this game. I don't see it being released anytime sooner than that. They're going to wait for the new consoles to be released. They're going to release it with the new consoles. So after that, guys, I honestly think, and I've been talking with some friends of mine, and we've kind of guessed that, Neverwinter is done. Right, it's done. When Magic comes out, Magic Legends, when that game gets released, Neverwinter is going to be on the back burner at Cryptic. Magic Legends is going to be the new cash cow. It's the new shiny object. Everyone is going to be balls deep into that. Neverwinter might go into maintenance mode, but I don't know for certain, obviously. I don't know what they're going to do with Neverwinter. I really don't. I know... they always say during the community streams that Neverwinter's not going anywhere. They're going to continue to push out content and blah, 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 blah. Dude, that's all lies. That's just something that a company will tell their consumers so you have hope. But in reality, Magic Legends is going to be their new baby. All design and development will be put into Magic Legends. Maybe Neverwinter will squeeze out some more modules after Mod 20. I don't know for certain. No one does. No one can tell the future. However, if I was going to guess, yeah, Neverwinter will eventually be going into maintenance mode here, probably by the end of 2020. So mark my words, it's January 1st right now. When we hit January 1st in the year 2021, we'll look back at this video. We'll see how correct I was, I guess. So make a mental note to that. But again, the whole point of this video is I want to talk about Cryptic and their financial situation. Now, of course, like I said, we don't know what their financial situation is. But, I mean, there's a lot of fuckery going on here, guys. So starting, like I said, with the Black Friday sale, right? So the Black Friday sale, yeah, it was bad. They dropped it down to 30%. So that was that. And also, it wasn't just Black Friday. Right? They gave that 30% off sale for almost 2 weeks, or it was 2 weeks. It was a good bit of time. So they wanted to collect as much revenue as they possibly could in a 2-week span, but not giving us 40%, not giving us 50%, giving us 30%, thus leading to more revenue for the company. Now, we came to the holiday season, and I put a video out on this, and you guys have probably seen it, but they decided to finally start selling legendary mounts right in the Zen shop. So they came out with 3 exclusive mounts. They all had like, I don't know, a 3-day period or something, a 4-day selling period, and they were taken away. But we all know nothing's permanent rare in this game. If these mounts do come around again, I could see it. So, I honestly bought a couple thinking that I was going to sell them down the road, but I mean, it's unlikely. I'm going to say that these are going to probably come around again. Now, the Cosmic Stag, this was the best one out of the 3. They're all reskins. There was no real, they're not new mounts. It's a Cosmic Stag, it's an Axebeak, and it's a Flail Snell. They're all reskins of previous mounts that we've had in the game. But the biggest thing to take away from this that you guys need to realize is this is the first time that they have actually put legendary mounts in the Zen store that you could physically buy with money. They were expensive, and I'm sure you know, a good bit of people bought them, especially if you were a new player. If you're a new player and you just started this game, why would you spend, you know, $500 rolling lockboxes, buying lockbox keys when, hey, I could just spend $60 or $70 and buy a legendary mount immediately. Now, again, you had to be there. It was a limited time. There was 3 mounts, and they each had a 4-day cycle or whatever. So I believe the Cosmic Stag was the best one out of the bunch. The other ones, I don't think they're going to sell very well, to be honest. The Till Axebeak was the first one. The Cosmic Stag was the second one. And then we had the Flail Snell, the Fungal or Mossy. I think it was called Mossy. Mossy Flail Snell. Yeah, the Mossy Flail Snell was the third one that they decided to sell. So that should shock most veteran people right off the bat. Most veteran players right off the bat, you say, wait a second. You know, the company is now selling legendary mounts in the Zen store for money, for, you know, cold hard cash. Something's going on here, you know, because the only way to get really a legendary mount is to roll lockboxes and hopefully get lucky. So you're spending hundreds of dollars on keys trying to get a freaking legendary mount. Now, what you have to be careful is the good bait and switch, right? The good old bait and switch. So now Cryptic Studios has sold a bunch of legendary mounts in the Zen store for money. Who's not to say that in Mod 19 or Mod 20 they finally introduce mythic mounts to the game or something? Something crazy, right? Now, your legendary mount is obsolete. You just spent $70 or $68, whatever it was, on a legendary mount that is now obsolete. That's called the good old bait and switch, right? Show you something shiny that's at the top of the list right now, but the company knows that it's soon going to make that item obsolete by coming out with an upgraded version. So I don't think it's going to be in Mod 18, but maybe in Mod 19 and maybe in Mod 20. I don't know, guys. Mythic mounts may actually be coming. I don't know. But again, it shows how Cryptic, to me, as my opinionated view, leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys personally think. But my opinionated view is that, I mean, the company's obviously struggling. They've lost so many players. They're not getting enough new players to spend money on the game. All of their assets have probably gone into Magic Legends. So the profit margins from Neverwinter are most likely just bottoming out right now. So that brings us to our next thing. They decided to sell another legendary mount. It's another reskin of the Tenzer's Disc. Now, I actually did not buy one of these. I fought the urge. Me being a mount skin collector, I just could not do it. I could not do it. This is the third version of Tenzer's floating disc that we have now. We have the original. The original is the blue one, right? The blue one is the ghetto version, basically. It doesn't have any, like, spikes coming off the sides of it. This is the original OG Tenzer's disc, right? It's a blue skin. Then they decided, well, let's, you know, remodel that one. And they came out with a red, better version of it now. See, now it has flames on the side of it as well. So now you have 2 of the same exact mounts. They're just different skins, right? Now, they came out with a third one. Now, this was another limited day holiday sell. They came out with I guess it's green, you know, I mean, or an upgraded blue one. I don't know. Maybe they took the old model and just added the flames to the side of it now. I could not bring myself to buy this. I just couldn't do it. Even though I collect mount skins, I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. The corporate greed at Cryptic is just unfathomable right now. So not only for the first time ever did they sell 3 legendary mounts in the Zen market, but now they have the Tenzer's Disc, which was, again, a limited time. You can no longer get this, right? If I wanted to buy this, I would have to pay the AD price for it, which is on Xbox right now, 4.7. So, yeah, like, what? Legendary mounts for money. Like, what? I just don't understand. And it's the same skin. It's just reskinned. It's a different color. That's what kills me. If you want people to spend $70 on one single item, that's a video game. I can go to the store and buy a brand new full content video game If you want people to spend $70 on a mount skin, make something new. Like, there is no design here. They literally took the original Tensors and recolored it. I don't even think they recolored it, to be honest. I think it's supposed to be green, but it's not. It actually looks exactly like the original, except they added those flames to it, maybe. Maybe the original's more purple-blue, and this one's kind of blue-green. I guess I can see it. I can see the green hues coming. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. Who in their right mind is spending $70 for a mount skin? That's like going on Fortnite, who is like one of the most popular games of probably the decade, right? Fortnite. And spending $70 on one single skin in Fortnite. It doesn't do anything for you, right? Oh man. That's not even the best part. We're not even to the best part yet, guys. We're not even to the best part. I know this video is getting long. I hope you've all bared with me so far. If you've made it this far in the video, in the comments below, leave me a hashtag that just says, Tensor sucks. Hashtag Tensor sucks. The best part. Here's the best part. Now, we've been asking for the Alpha Company to come back into the game. Right? Did I spell that wrong? Spelled it wrong. We've been asking for this to come back. It was pretty much best in slot for utility slot. It gives you an extra 4% power, and it's 8% power if you're in Schult. But Schult is old content. We don't give a shit about Schult. Who cares about the jungles of Schult? But it was a 4% power increase. This was a permanent rare item. This came out of one of the expedition packs, right? This came out of one of the expedition packs. Now, we asked them to bring it back. I can't be mad because they did. They did. They gave us a 4-day sell over the holidays, and they brought all of the expedition packs. All of the expedition packs came back. I didn't buy it. I refused. I refused. You know why? Let me tell you why. You guys remember this? You remember this? You remember this guy right here? Where's he at? Where's he at? This is what happens when you collect mount skins. You have too many. Look at this. Look at this. You guys remember? I got a whole video on this expedition pack. The Toothsome. The Toothsome. I think it's still for sale, actually. The Toothsome. Where's that? Up there it is. The Delver's Expedition Pack. 15,000 Zen. Right? 7,500 for the Fallen apprentices. Now, maybe you missed out because you were spending the holidays with your family or you didn't log into Neverwinter, but I should have made a screenshot or got a screenshot of it when all the packs were in here, because this is bullshit. This shows me either A, Cryptic is beyond struggling for revenue, or B, it's just corporate greed. This is $150, right? It's $20,000 when it's full price, right? It's $20,000. It's $200. That's why we have the meme that Toothsome's a $200 mount skin. It's the most expensive mount skin that has ever been in the game. The Toothsome mount skin. $200, boys. $200. But here's the thing. They brought back all of those packs, right? They brought back the packs with the Alpha Company. They brought back everything was back in there for a limited time. I think it was another, 2-day or 3-day or 4-day sale. It wasn't a very long time. It was like over the weekend. And they reduced, here's the thing, they reduced all the prices. There was the 20% off sale. Right now, there's a 24-hour 30% off sale. It's not even listed right now in the things, I don't think. They don't even have it listed. The Winter Festival ends in another 17 hours. They don't even have the 30% off in-game. But they're having a 24-hour flash sale of 30% off. Now, all during Winter Festival, the Zen market was 20%, right? So, when these packs came out, they had 20% off. And the price, the base price, was $5,000. All of them. All the packs, including the Delvers. The Delvers, all of them, all the expedition packs were $5,000 for the base price. Then you take 20% off. It was $4,800 is what I'm getting at. $48 instead of $150 or $200. Now, what kind of slap in the face bullshit is that? What are you telling your consumers? What about all the people that paid full price for these? All the people that paid $150 for this pack. And then you brought it back and listed it for $48. $4,800 then. What? How about you give me a refund, Cryptic? How about you give me, oh, I don't know, I think I'm up to $14,000 that I spent on your game over the past 6 years. How about you just give me all that money back? Okay? I don't understand. Like, I mean, maybe they were in the holiday spirit and you wanted to give back to the community. I don't know. The corporate greed, the struggling with the revenue, I'm not sure. But when I saw that, when I logged in to see, how much everything was, and I was thinking about getting an alpha compy, right? I forget what the name of the pack is. I mean, whatever the expedition pack is for the alpha company, but I mean, you can clearly see that the alpha company was one of the top tier items. I mean, they used to sell for 25 million to 30 million, right? These there was like 3 on the complete market, and now they're just flooded. There's over 100 listings, right? There's over 100 listings for these things, and now the lowest is, I mean, they're still expensive. They're still 5 million, right? 5 million AD for this freaking companion, dude. So they brought it back for 3 days, cut the price by 70% so it would entice players. I don't want to say stupid players, but I mean, that's what it is. It's dumb. People that actually spent money, people that still do spend money on this game, you're dumb. I mean, please don't. Farm everything in the game. Use the ADX. I mean, use your head. The company does not deserve your money. Period. So, I mean, there's 100 listings in here, and I guarantee these people spent actual money on this. I mean, this guy's got a whole page of them. Lethal Waste has got, like, what, 7 of them? He's got 2 pages. 2.5 pages. This guy's got, like, 13 of these. 13 of these! Do you think he used the ADX, or do you think he spent $48 per expedition pack? I'm really hoping he used the ADX and he's just as rich as I am in the game, because if he spent $48 per expedition pack and he's got like 13 of these, I don't know. Here's another guy. Look at this guy, Game Killer Spaz. He's got a whole page. He's got 2 pages. He's got 3 pages. 3 pages. Look at this. He's never going to sell this for 29 million again. He has 3 pages listed for 29 million. He's never going to get 29 million. Those days are gone. You know why? Because this should have been a permanent rare item. This should have never came back into the game. We told Cryptic we wanted it to come back, but when we said we wanted it to come back, we would assume they would just make another companion with the same statistics, right? So if you look at the utility power, it's the company's instincts. Instead of the effect doubled in all of Schultz, let's say they brought out a new companion for mod 18 that would double Avernus, right? So you would have 4% everywhere, but if you were in Avernus, it would be doubled, so it would be 8%. How hard is that, Cryptic? How hard is that? But no, instead, you literally brought back all the expedition packs for like 3 days or 4 days, whatever it was. You cut all the prices by 70%, and you were selling all of them for $48. But that's okay, because Toothsome's still a $200 mount in my eyes, right? That's still a $200 mount. And the best part is now that I looked, they raised it back up. They didn't even keep the price. Why is this even here? Why is the Delvers pack here? What mod are we on right now? We're not on mod 16 anymore, right? This is the mod 16 pack. We're on mod 17. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got so angry I started sneezing. Alright guys, like I said, I don't want to get too much into a rant. I want to actually have a civil discussion about this because I'm concerned. Like, Magic Legends will be coming. we all know the track record of Cryptic Studios. It really upsets me that Wizards of the Coast still gave Cryptic Studios the right to a top leading title. You guys don't really realize how big Magic has gotten over the years. Magic the Gathering's been out for, what, 25 years now? I'm a very big Magic the Gathering fan. I've played it since, 92, 93. And now we're having an MMO come out. So, and I know the record of Cryptic Studios, right? Like, we all know the track record of Cryptic. I'm not trying to blame anyone individually. It's a company fault. It's poor leadership. It's poor management. But what do I know? I don't have factual statistical information. All I know is what I can see and how I can form my, generate my own opinions on it. But I've seen it before. I've seen it in the past. I've been around the block a few times. What you guys have on your screen right now is actually the Chinese stock market, right? Because what many people don't know, or maybe you do know, Cryptic Studios is a subsidiary, right? You can't just go out and buy stock at Cryptic Studios. They're not a publicly traded company. They're a subsidiary of Perfect World Entertainment, who is actually the publisher of Neverwinter. They publish Neverwinter. Cryptic develops it, Cryptic makes it, Cryptic runs the game, Perfect World Entertainment publishes it. Now, again, Perfect World Entertainment is again a subsidiary of Perfect World International. So now this is the stock quote right now, currently at January 1st. Now again, this is the Chinese stock market. I'm not into that. I'm fine with the American stock market, but once you start trading in the foreign exchange and stuff, it gets a little tricky. That's not my cup of tea. So if we're looking at this right now, you can see it's $44.14 a share. And it closed at, the 31st. The stock market wasn't open today. It's a federal holiday. Even in China, the stock market's not open up. So this is Perfect World International. They are the owners of Perfect World Entertainment. They are the owners of Cryptic Studios. Both of those independent companies are subsidiaries to Perfect World International. So if you wanted to actually go and buy stock, you would have to do this through the Chinese exchange. Perfect World Entertainment, like I said, doesn't have stock. They don't exist. They don't exist because they're a subsidiary of another company, just like Cryptic Studios. This is a subsidiary again. So if you wanted to actually invest in Neverwinter, I mean, you would be investing in the parent company, but the parent company has so many games that you can't necessarily just devote your money and say, I want to invest in Neverwinter, right? It doesn't work like that. The same thing works with Magic the Gathering, right? You can't just go and invest in Magic the Gathering. That doesn't exist. Magic the Gathering is owned by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is owned by Hasbro. So you would go and buy stock in Hasbro, but again, Hasbro has so many things out there. They got board games and video games and toys, and you can't just invest in a specific thing. So the point of the story here is like, I can't even blame Cryptic Studios for being so greedy or so just corporate greed overall, because it doesn't matter. They have to keep the game going, right? The game has to survive. There's people that work at Cryptic Studios that need a salary. They have to pay people. If we look at Cryptic Studios, they always have job openings. Always. They got jobs for Star Trek. They have core jobs open. Neverwinter. There's only 2 Neverwinter jobs open. A lot of people have quit their jobs on the project of Neverwinter and either moved to other projects, such as Magic, or they've left the company. HR, operations, and then there's still a lot of slots open for Magic the Gathering, which also worries me because most of these jobs are all artists. All these jobs right here are artist jobs, as well as a producer and a senior producer. Magic is pretty much done. This game is done. Like, they're going to be launching the beta here and getting ready for a full launch. So, for them to still need this many artists? I don't know if these are current or if these are outdated, these jobs listings, but this is what's on Cryptic's website right now. So, guys, this has been a long video. I know I ranted and raved. You know, it's New Year's Day, man. I'm sitting here in my underwear. I'm just talking to you guys. I really want your opinion. You know, this has been long in coming. We've been talking about this for so long now. It seems like we've been talking. It seems like the first 2 years of Neverwinter were the glory years. And then every year after that, it has slowly declined into just basically where we're at now. To the point where we're at now, where we're actually having the discussion of, is this game actually going to survive another year? It has probably one more good year in it, and I don't even want to say good year. The game probably has one more year in it. By the time Mod 20 finishes up, I personally think that Neverwinter's done. It'll be put in maintenance mode. We won't see any more updates. Maybe a few small patches here and there. It'll just be another Champions Online. I really think that. I think they're going to make so much money from Magic Legends. And that's another thing. If Cryptic is struggling right now, financially, if they're struggling financially, Magic Legends is their last hope, per se. That's the only thing that's going to save their company. You know, I really hope it does. I don't want to see people losing their jobs and stuff, you know? I mean, that sucks, but they better bring an A++++ title to the market, because I think they have a lot riding on this title and a lot riding on this game. Magic Legends has to be financially successful for Cryptic Studios to basically be reborn again, maybe. And if Magic Legends makes millions upon millions of dollars, maybe they'll invest some of that money into Neverwinter, and Neverwinter will continue and it won't go in maintenance mode. That would be great, you know. Hopefully that's how it works out. But I think Magic Legends is going to have a very, very huge opening population, and it's Cryptic Studios' task that they have to get that open population to stay playing the game. Like, they have to get them to stay. They have to get those people to spend money. That's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you guys had a great New Year's. You know, leave me a comment below, man. Tell me whatever you want to tell me, man. It's all good. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the button in my pants. That's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.